Hi everyone, we're Greenway, an organisation passionate about environmental protection, and we're here today to present to you our solution to the environmental misery of waste management. So, just to briefly introduce the contents of our presentation. First, I'll describe the misery and discuss its relevance. Next, I'll talk about our business model, and then Ellen will speak about our ideas for finance, operations, and governance, followed by information on our location decision and future plans. It has become more and more clear that human activity is responsible for affecting the quality of the natural environment, and sustainability research has implied that there's an urgent need to encourage more responsible consumption and waste management. Households are considered key culprits responsible for the alarmingly increasing rate of solid waste, which has resulted in environmental deterioration. According to the Environmental Protection Agency's latest household waste statistics for Ireland, 1.529 million tonnes of household waste were managed in 2018, a 2% increase from 2017, while the EPA estimates that a further 47,307 tonnes were unmanaged. Almost half, so 44%, of all collected household waste was reported to have been placed in the residual waste or black bin, which is typically landfilled or incinerated for energy recovery. In relation to the recycling or green bin, about 250,000 tonnes or 17% of the collected waste was recovered from these. However, the EPA estimates that over 30% of waste collected from recycling bins is not in fact recyclable and belongs in the residual waste or organic bins. Household recycling is imperative for environmental protection and should be a priority. However, the data I've just described indicates that this is clearly not the case. Research has highlighted knowledge, or a lack thereof, along with social influence as the most effective predictors of recycling, and that once educated about the importance of recycling and how to recycle effectively and efficiently, individuals will be more likely to recycle. These findings are in line with the pretty self-explanatory knowledge deficit model, which proposes that providing more information about a topic increases levels of public knowledge, and subsequently, as outlined through the knowledge attitude practice model, such increases in knowledge can positively impact attitudes, which can in turn change practice or behaviours. Since waste continues to be disposed of incorrectly, and since a lack of knowledge continues to be a major barrier preventing ethical and sustainable waste management, our organisation Greenway proposes introducing a mobile application, which we've named GreenThink, targeted at providing citizens with the tools and information needed for them to recycle their waste effectively and cost efficiently, which I will now discuss in a little bit more detail. Our business model is adopted from China, where the Internet Plus system stems from. Our application GreenThink uses a community-based program for segregation of household waste. Greenway's primary objective is to promote more ethical, effective waste management. So this is what we hope our GreenThink app will facilitate. Of course, in order for our business to be profitable, customers will be required to pay a small monthly subscription fee of €2.50 in order to continue availing of the services. So once you download GreenThink and create an account, you'll see the following widgets. Firstly, you'll see the location feature. In the event that there are no recycling bins nearby, this feature will enable individuals to locate the nearest community bin for them to dispose of their rubbish by pinpointing the location on a map. Next, we have the Find Bin feature. And by clicking on this option, the different bins will be shown. Selecting a particular bin will show you which waste items go into that bin. For convenience purposes, and in case you're still unsure as what bin your item goes into, the scan barcode feature will allow you to use your phone's camera to scan an item, and an information sheet will appear indicating the correct method of disposal for that item. Next, the wallet feature enables users to make their monthly payments for availing of the app. Also, the wallet feature will be used to provide nominal rewards to users by assessing the weight of recycling bins and linking this back to their account. By doing so, users can see how much material they are recycling on a weekly basis and can make continuous improvements. Upon a 1 kg reduction in weight, week on week, 1 point per kg will be added to their account. Once 50 points have accumulated in their account, these can be exchanged for Tesco Club Card points, which can be used against weekly grocery shopping. The disposal log will track user recycling behaviours with the purpose of planning the future business strategy by collecting customers' app inputs and searches. Finally, we have our customer care widget, where we invite feedback from our customers. I'll now pass you on to my colleague, Ellen.
Great. So now moving on to how Greenway will be financed, its governance structure and the operationalisation of the app. So initially, Greenway will be financed with the support of the government and private investors. This government involvement will act to legitimise the business, and at the same time, the information gathered can be benefit to the Department of Environment, Climate and Communications, with statistics acting to show how much household waste is being collected from each region. So the business will be run by the founders with the aim to hire environmentalists and software developers to help provide innovative and scientific recycling information and to correctly build an app. The organizational structure of Greenway will be similar to that of innovative adhocracy by Mintzberg, as it provides more flexibility and it operates in a dynamic environment. The organization will follow the McKinsey model, as well to understand our core values, purpose, and culture, because this model is clear and adaptable to any situation, particularly seeing as many are working from home or hybrid working at the moment. Corporate governance internally will be run by senior management while being guided by laws and policies to ensure ethical running of the business. The corporate governance of Greenway organisation must create various mechanisms that guide both financial and social outcomes. Those who have invested in the firm will have shareholder ownership and have an economic interest in the business, with those who have invested financially, developed the app, or senior management being the primary stakeholders of Greenway. Then the external stakeholders will firstly be our customers, government, and society. Particularly in terms of societal responsibility, there's been a call to action to increase recycling activity and reduce household waste. And this goes in line with our objective at Greenway to not only recycle waste correctly, but to educate everyone who downloads the app on environmental issues. Then I want to look at some logistics of the app and plans for scaling up the app in the future. So the pilot of GreenThink will be rolled out in Malahide, a suburb in North Dublin. The reasoning for piloting GreenThink in a suburban area is based on research that suggests there are differences in recycling activities among different communities. So residents of suburban communities report that they recycle very often in comparison to residents of cities who report only sometimes recycling. Rural areas will later be targeted as residents of those areas report even less recycling habits than those in suburban and city areas. So the decision to implement the initial project in Malahide is also due to funding available in the area. So as well as funding from the government, the Fingal County Council have a budget for community grants that they can reward to activities that contribute to environmental enhancement of a local area. And this could allow for extra funds to be allocated to the app for further development. Our partnership with Tesco under our nominal reward scheme, in which points earned by reducing waste kilos are exchanged for Tesco Club Card points, will increase community participation. This partnership will also act as a marketing tool for the app and showcase Tesco's commitment to Greenway's mission of reducing household waste. So the feedback provided customers will be essential in scaling up the app rollout in other areas in Dublin, but also act as a marketing tool as well as users rate it on app stores. The plan is to implement further rollout of the app in neighbouring suburbs around Malahide, followed by wider expansion after gathering further customer feedback. In order to scale up the use of the app in a way that is effective and efficient beyond the pilot study, we want to replicate the programme in other countries. So the first step in doing this would involve Hofstede's 6 dimensions for identifying culturally similar countries in order to identify markets in different countries that we could target for future rollouts of the app. Another research method that could be used for future rollouts and replication involves the targeting of the app to areas of high cultural activity. So Croquiate et al. Actually found a relationship between cultural activity participation and appreciation and waste recycling, which is quite interesting. I think using both of these apps will help in the scaling up of the app and introduce new users to GreenThink. So just to conclude on today, all the team at Greenway are really passionate about solving this environmental issue through the extended use of the GreenThink app and really hope it'll make an impact around the world.